Hello, 8th graders. Today we're going to talk about Saturn. We've covered all of the planets so far, starting from the Sun out. We've got Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars covered. And then we discussed the asteroid belt and then Jupiter. And now Saturn is the next in line. Saturn is actually the second largest planet in our solar system. It is also a gas giant, just like Jupiter and all of the outer planets, actually. It has a lot of moons, just like the other gas giants as well, because it has a lot of gravity. It's really, really massive object in the solar system. We've got just over 50, I think 53 known moons of Saturn, but there's so many other objects out there that we have not yet named. So really we can kind of compare this to Jupiter. It's probably somewhere right around 80 possible moons up within the system. And the really cool thing about Saturn is that
Jaden Stripe, please report to the office. Jaden Stripe, please report to the office.
Sorry about that. The cool thing about Saturn is that they don't just revolve around the planet. Some of them actually revolve within these rings. So like if you take this ring right here, there's all these gaps in here too that we'll talk about what these are. But if you take this little section right here, there are some moons that will revolve around this way. And they're called shepherd moons because they've got their own gravity and they kind of help keep this ring system intact. They kind of keep things in order. And so there are some moons that are out here, there are some moons that are in here, and then there are many moons that are within the rings of Saturn. Speaking of rings, the ring system of Saturn is definitely what people notice first. It is absolutely its claim to fame. They are gorgeous. They're beautiful. You can see them with a home telescope. If you shoot a home telescope up at the sky and you get Saturn in your sights, you can absolutely see the rings from home with just a regular telescope. It's really quite neat. These rings are massive. They're really, really big in diameter, but really, really thin. When you think about how big things are in space, the thickness of this ring system is really not more than 1 kilometer in most places. So that's small when you think of how large this planet is. It, like Jupiter and all of the gas giants, is made mostly of light gases like hydrogen and helium. And it's what you're seeing here is all atmosphere. It's really, really thick atmosphere. The weird thing, though, about Saturn that sets it apart from some of the other gas giants is that it has a really, really low density, like less than 1 on the density scale. So it is less than the density of water. Well, what does that mean? If you could find a lake, it would have to be a Jupiter-sized lake. But if you could throw the planet into a lake, it would actually float. How awesome is that? As far as exploring Saturn, like the other gas giants, we can't land on it. We can't go walk around and check it out. But we have sent many space probes up to take pictures of it and map it out and check out some of its moons. The Pioneer 10, which took some of the first pictures of Jupiter also, and the Voyager spacecraft, which took pictures of Jupiter also that we talked about, were both involved in mapping out and taking some pictures of Saturn. This picture here, I would suspect, was probably taken by the Voyager spacecraft. And then we also sent up another little guy in 2004 named Cassini. And Cassini was sent out to check out the rings and check out the moons. And we actually intentionally ended that mission by crashing it into the surface of Saturn in 2017. Kind of an interesting thing that Saturn actually houses a little piece of Earth somewhere deep inside there. One of the things that we really are interested in as far as studying Saturn is one of its moons is particularly interesting. The moon Titan has some interesting features on it. I will be attaching a little video about the moon Titan, and we will be talking a little bit more in class anyway about what this ring system actually looks like and where some of those moons are located within here. All right. So next lecture up is Uranus, and that will be shortly. I'll talk to you soon.